In the equity quadrant today, taking a look at the March Dow Jones futures contract, which did show strength through most of the day and ended up being the best performing of the four major U.S. indices. We're actually up 80 basis points on a percentage basis on the highs today. 31,609 was the high in that March contract. That was 251 points higher. But then as the day went on, the weakness in the other indices, plus some bond yield movement actually pushed the Dow down, but it still remained the best performer of the four indices, getting down about 46 basis points on its lows. That was 31,216, and then getting down on the settlement to about 34 basis points lower than yesterday's settlement. So we got a little bit back, but not much of it at all. And the Dow was the strongest index, not only today, but has been all week. The Dow, if you look at it on a weekly basis as of today, is up about 1%. All three other indices are down. The Russell is down about 14 basis points. The S&P about 15 basis points. NASDAQ down about 1.85% on the week. So the Dow's really been the strongest performer all week long. I mentioned yields. Yields on the 10-year note popped to about 1.497%, still short of the 1.58 high last week. It was about 132.26 in the 10-year futures contract at the CME. That'd be the June futures you'd be looking at. And that went from 141.3 yesterday at the end of the day. So a pretty big move in yields, even though we trailed back off toward the end of the day to about 146, 147 on that yield. It was still a very big move versus yesterday, whether you look at settlement or the intraday high. And it helped really push the NASDAQ down, which again pushed all four major indices into the negative by the end of the day. Now, looking at it from a sector breakdown, that's really what helped the Dow. We already know that higher yields hurt the NASDAQ, hurt the Russell, but on the Dow, we had energy up almost 1.5% on the day, with crude oil up over 2.5%. We had financials up about 75 basis points on the day, and industrials basically unchanged, slightly in the green at the end of the day. So those three sectors, very heavy in the Dow, helped the Dow outperform, even though it finished negative. So outperformance for the day is the story for the Dow, even though it ended negative, and outperformance for the week being the only one of the major four U.S. indices up on the week so far.